fuck is you telling me?
Yes, sir. You were tuned in to Throw the Hook Podcast, episode 13. Got the family in the building with me. Everybody's favorite OG. Boxing First Vlog is in the building. What's going on, bro?
Oh man, everything, man. Got a little you know what I mean, that flying spaceships over my head, so give me a second.
Yeah, Vlog live out there with the spaceships and shit. Ty Finney, the legend in this corner podcast, is in the building, man. What's going on, bro?
Man, thanks for bringing me on, man. You know, I'm just bracing myself for, this snowstorm we about to get. But the good thing is, for hardcore boxing fans, we got to fight this weekend. So can't wait for that.
Absolutely, man. I got to give a shout out right out the gate, Jay Will said, "What up?" The reason I want to give Jay Will a shout out, he was in here before. He was in the comment section before I even got in the goddamn studio. That's what the hell I'm talking about. That's a day one for sure. Big shout out to Jay Will. As you can see, I had to respond to him just to let him know we still going live. You know what I mean? Big shout out to Jay Will. You know what I'm saying? My dog, man, DT3 the Boom, man, in the building. What's going on, bro, man? Big shout out to DT3 the Boom, man. Definitely doing his thing, man. Just he doing some training and doing everything else, man. DT3 definitely got big things coming up in 2026, man. Always good to have you on, brother. Hey, man, we gonna get AJ. Well, I had to give you that shout out, baby, for sure. Put a one in the chat if we sounding good. Put a one in the chat if we sounding good. If we sounding good, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and roll. But we got before we get into the main topic, we definitely have some news we have to cover. So this came out, I think it came out yesterday. DC3 put a 1, Jay Will put a 1. All right, we good to go. So Deontay Wilder, Derek Chisora, supposed to be April 2026, supposed to be in the UK. That came out, I think, maybe like late yesterday. But Legend, do you like that fight more than the Deontay Wilder Usyk fight?
I like it better. And I had a back and forth conversation with a buddy of mine. She don't like it. She thinks, that Wilder should take on Usyk because it's the bigger bag. If he loses, he gets the big bag on his way out. With Derek Chisora, he's not going to get a big bag like for Usyk. But I like the fight because we know Derek Chisora, he's a journeyman, but he brings it. He always brings it in all of his fights. He's racked up some recent wins. So they had a nice intense stare down. So I like the fight, man. I think it's a good fight for Wilder at this stage in his career. I'm 100% for it.
Hey, Vlog, how you feeling about this? You like this fight more than the Wilder Usyk proposal?
Yeah, I like it more for the reason that fight was a duck for Usyk. So he you dropping belts and ducking in mandatory smoke, that don't make you look too good. So he definitely fell on my top 10 ladder. So that being said, as far as him taking this fight, I think he has to. He's one of them dudes already put a lot of his personal business out in the streets. So obviously, I think he's looking for this fight and any other fight he can get within 2026. I'm going on mute again, bro.
All right. No, well said. Let me get in this comment section real quick. DT3 the Boom, man, said, I like it better. Somebody for sure going to sleep. That is a fact. That is not going to the cards. I agree with that 100%. Jay Will, Chisora versus Wilder is a good fight, better than Usyk. Wilder, Chisora on a 3-fight win streak. I picked Joyce over him. You know what, bro? I like this fight better simply because I think the skill sets match up better. I think Usyk is just so far ahead of Wilder in terms of just being a boxer. Like that fight would be like, to me, it would be boring. Like it would be so boring. I think Usyk could be trying new stuff inside the ring with Wilder. I think that fight would have just been really, really boring. And I'm not saying that fight's still not going to happen. That fight still might happen, especially if Wilder beats Chisora. Like that's a segue right into a fight with Usyk if that's what he wants. But I'm glad.
Can I be honest with you real quick?
Go ahead.
Them boys, they don't like to pay brothers top dollar like that. So I think that was a call for them not to send that bag in that direction, bro. Because other than it being an easy, quote unquote cupcake for the champ, it should be no other reason why that fight wouldn't go down.
Well, who are you talking about?
Them Zuffa brothers and Dana White, that whole little crew. Because they got Usyk under contract now.
Yeah, but it's another. I'm gonna have to send you the article. There's another company that's teaming up with YouTube to put on boxing events at outdoor arenas, and the actual company is slipping my brain. But they're actually the ones that's actually behind that Usyk Wilder fight. I'm gonna have to look a little bit more into it, but
they might be behind putting money up for it, but they not behind contractually who's going to be promoted and who's going to be paid by the promoter, which is the Zuffa brothers. He's contractually signed to Zuffa Promotion. So if that's true, which my understanding is almost like a three-way deal, he still got his own.
Zuffa though. Who signed to Zuffa?
Usyk.
Usyk not signed to Zuffa.
All right, bro. Then I can't read that. It's a three-way deal. He in some kind of three-way deal with the people you just mentioned who doing the big thing in San Francisco later this summer. I get that.
Right.
But promotional is still Zuffa brothers, from my understanding. He's not under anybody from out of Europe right now. Queensberry or any of them dudes.
So you're telling me he signed to Zuffa Promotions?
Yes. And I think that's a reason why they didn't want to do the Wilder fight. They usually don't have, just the way they run that platform, they don't pay out people of our ilk like that. And that would have been at least.
Where did you read that so I can read it?
I got a double back, bro. I'll be on Google, so whatever boxing shit come up, I don't really pay attention.
I know you done worked a 12-hour shift too. I got to double check, baby. I ain't never.
It's okay. I mean, you ain't got to believe me, baby. Google right there for everybody. Listen, grab your phone and Google it,
bro. I done been online all day long. The biggest signing they done had is Muratalla. People listening, please tell me if that's the case, because I'm sure it would have been news all over the place with that. It'd have been news all over the place with that. Like that's a huge sign.
Why wasn't news all over the place? If I saw it, how can nobody else didn't see it?
Legend, have you seen that? And I'm not doubting. I'm assuming every boxing outlet would have posted something about that. I just don't remember seeing it.
I haven't seen it, but like I said, the only headlines I seen as far as Zuffa boxing was, Effie Ajaba and the Charles Martin fight. That's the only thing I've seen for
Zuffa. I've seen a couple other ones with Zuffa too. I mean, they got to fight. Friday. I'm gonna be on the hunt for it though. I'm gonna be on the hunt for it though.
You don't even got to hunt, bro. I'm gonna just read you. Zuffa boxing in talks with Alexander Usyk. Dialogue. Proceeding plans to bring Dana White to sign top boxers, plan to bring Alexander Usyk over. So yeah, they want to do it before that fight that he wanted to do with Dana what's the name? That's why they pulled up out of there, because they about to do this deal. So they didn't want to sign a fight with a new promoter.
But you threw you threw me off because you said he was signed already. That's where you threw me off at. You said it was done.
Signed as in planning to do a deal. So there's a reason
They're
why
planning
that fight.
on. Okay, that's different, dude. That's different.
That's the same.
Okay.
It's the same. It's the
not
same.
the same, bro.
All
That's
right.
not the
Well,
same.
in your estimation, they ain't
Bro,
talking about doing something if they ain't gonna do it.
Hey, bro.
Who talks about doing something they not gonna do?
A whole lot of people in boxing, bro. You know how corrupt boxing is, bro. You know that.
But this ain't corruption. It's just who you signing with. Based on the fact that you done dropped one of the belts, that ain't making you look good with a lot of promoters in general.
Yeah, but the only point I'm trying to make is that in talks and actually signed is two different things. Like it's not done yet.
It's a technical.
I'll give you all. Listen, I'll give you all the credit in the world once it's done. I give you all the credit in the world once it's done.
Don't give me no credit. I ain't signing the motherfucker. He ain't making $1 off of me.
Bro, I'm just saying, you brought something to my attention.
I pay attention to what's going on. Y'all, I don't know how y'all missed this. If you Google the shit, it's right there. So obviously, I'm doing something that y'all not doing. Y'all, I think y'all pay attention to the stories y'all look for, not everything across the board.
Bro, you just
I'm just playing. I'm fucking with you.
Not done.
All right. So if it's not done, then why would they cancel the Wilder fight?
You said why would they cancel it?
Yeah, if it's not done, if he's not signing with, hold up, let me finish. If he's not signing with a new promoter, why cancel a fight you've prearranged?
I don't know. You tell me. You read the story. I don't know.
Because he has a new promoter. Because he has a new promoter.
Is it signed?
Basically.
What's big? I'm not. You don't work a 12-hour shift. I'm not doing this with you tonight. I'm not doing this with you tonight.
All right.
Off camera with it. Yo, this is like Jay Will said, put that in England. Yeah, Chisora and Wilder's definitely going to be in. I think it's going to be somewhere in the UK. I think they said London. I think so. I'm perfectly cool with that. DC3 said agreed. Ty, Usyk should retire, in my opinion. To be honest, bro, it's not outside of some young bucks that can't really do nothing with him. I mean, it ain't too much going on at the tippy top of the heavyweight division, man. Like it's Memphis bleak out here in the heavyweight division, man. It's B's and B minus.
It's good fights out there. It's just not big name fights because we don't know a lot of the players because the heavyweight scene is really across the seas. You know what I mean? So based on we can't pronounce half their names half the time, we don't know who these guys are. But if you looked at that German card, there's actually a couple decent scraps just for Usyk off that card, meaning Agat and the other Croatian boy that won his fight against the German. The one, I don't know if you watched that card, bro, but the hands he put hands and feet on dude, and the refs was saving everybody on the card, saving them early stoppages. Yeah, but the one dude they should have saved from their backyard from Germany, they almost let die in the ring, like which is bonkers to me because he had no chance of coming back in the fight. So it was a crazy card. But just speaking on the heavyweight scene, it's some heavyweights out there. It's some actually decent fights because those fights were actually pretty good outside of the little dirty boxing that they do over there with the holding and hitting and pulling the head down.
You love that dirty boxing, bro.
I don't like that shit, bro. That shit ain't skill. There ain't no skill in me grabbing your back of your head and holding it down and throwing some weak ass uppercuts at you. That obviously affected dude in that Agat fight. Because when I tell you he was pulling the Fury, that's how he got him up out of there. Because he was struggling to finish him until he started pulling his head down into the shots.
Yo, I actually agree with DT3 on this one, bro. Like it's some heavyweights out there. It's some solid fighters. I think Usyk is the only A fighter at heavyweight. I don't think there's any other A fighters at heavyweight. Like, there's not one person Usyk can go in the ring with, and I would be like entertained by it. Like, I don't think anybody in the heavyweight division is touching this dude. Like, I'd rather see him retire too, and just let everybody else just battle it out. I mean,
y'all act, man. If your skills is deteriorating and you know it, then you do things like drop the WBO belt. You do things like move on to Zuffa Boxing Promotions, who gonna cupcake you out the side door, You do things like that, so y'all might be right. He on his retirement parade right now. Because I don't think
Yeah.
Zuffa and them is in the mix with any of the four major companies to be able to say, yo, or unless they pay for their boxes to be in the top 10 outside of signing top 10 boxes. So I don't think they're on the radar as far as saying like getting that respect from the WBO, from the WBA, and ranking their fighters. But I don't know how many fighters they got thus far anyway. So
I mean, if I'm Usyk, I would be pretty bored at heavyweight. It just
there's
ain't
fights out there, bro. He
It
ain't taking
no
on
name fights. Ain't no name
Yeah,
fights.
but that don't
no
mean
name
it ain't good
out there.
fights. That don't mean them
What's
cats
three
that
good
we
fights?
don't hold up. That's
What's
like
three
saying
good fights
hold
for
up.
Usyk? What's three good fights for Usyk?
A cat fight, a Cabriol. Like I said, the Croatian boy that was on that joint, his name slips my tongue, but I will get it for you. They got the African boy who it's not the African. They got the Cuban boy. You know what I mean? I think he like 12-0 or something right now, ain't he?
Hey, Flo, come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. You killing me, man.
You seen some good fights, entertaining, bringing some skills to the ring.
This is Usyk we talking about, bro.
Like, man, he ain't that good no more, bro. Stop it.
Who
Stop
not
it.
that good?
If you was that good, you wouldn't have dropped that belt.
Okay. All right, bro. He dropped the belt to run from who?
Fabio Worley.
So Fabio Worley can beat Usyk.
Obviously, Usyk thinks so.
Come on, bro. Stop,
it don't matter what I think.
Bro. Stop, bro. I'll move it on, bro. I'll move it on.
Hold on. So what you say, Ty?
Usyk his levels above him. He's on top of the mountaintop in the heavyweight division for a reason, man. Everything about Usyk.
So what? So why drop the belt?
Bro, just because a person drop a belt doesn't mean that they're ducking, bro.
Okay.
Terrence Crawford dropped the belt to go.
I was getting ready to say that.
He dropped the belt to avoid boots. That's why he dropped the belt.
And he accomplished something bigger by beating Canelo.
How was that an accomplishment? Hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now. You got World Boxing News and other entities clowning that win because they're now wanting to admit Canelo is on the back tier of his career. Now they want to admit that. We've been saying that from like 5 years ago.
Vlog, we ain't on World Boxing News. You on G5?
I'm just
TV.
telling you
we
what
call it down the middle, baby. You already know, bro.
I know what we do, bro. I'm not talking about what we do. I'm talking about how it's perceived, how the truth can be kind of wish-washy. Like y'all saying ain't no good heavyweight fights when there actually is. Y'all saying like you dropping the belt to avoid your mandatory is not a duck. That's a duck.
Vlog, you are a historian, bro. Don't do this to me, bro. Don't do this to me. I'm off the heavyweight division. I'm off the dropping the belt thing.
Okay.
Bud dropped the belt to go do something bigger than Boots. To accomplish something bigger than Boots Ennis. That's a scenario where I will accept that. The only time I will accept somebody dropping a belt is unless they're going for unification or they're going for a fight that's bigger than that mandatory.
Okay, so you willing to accept that from Bud, but what is Usyk going on bigger and better to?
I don't know yet. You
just said there's nothing. But you just said there's nothing.
I'm going off of you. You said there's a Zuffa deal on the table, so I don't know yet.
All right. But you also said that, but hold up. But you also said that there are no good heavyweight fights out there. So what's bigger and better than defending your undisputed against the mandatory?
He gonna defend it against somebody. He
ain't undisputed no more.
It don't matter. He's still the best in the game. He the best heavyweight in the game. It ain't nobody touching him. Ain't nobody.
I hear you. Bro. You right. When he keep ducking, it's gonna be hard to touch him.
Who is he ducking, bro? Who is he ducking?
I just told you. You don't want to go for it.
Hey, vlog. Where do you have Fabio Worley ranked in the heavyweight division? Where you have him ranked?
He definitely in the top 10 because it's not a very deep pool. So you have to have names like Fabio Worley floating towards the top. So more recognizable. We going off recognition and what you've actually done. You coming off a big upset against Parker, right? Am I correct?
Hey, vlog.
Yes.
If Fabio Worley faces Usyk right now, you putting bread up?
Yeah, I'll put bread on Fabio.
You crazy. You crazy, bro. You crazy.
Why not? Why not? Why
He's
not?
crazy.
Don't do that, Vlog.
Why not?
Bro, you are crazy, bro. You might,
Why
bro.
not?
You might as well just donate to the channel, bro. You might as well
Why
just
not?
donate to the channel.
I
I'll even
donate
split
my
it with you.
time and my energy. What you talking about?
I'll split the money with you, even though you donating to the channel and you were part of the channel. You be better off doing that, bro.
I don't know why y'all think this man at the right age of what, 38? This motherfucker 38 years old, bro. Like, he's not that. I mean,
you don't like Usyk, bro.
no, I respect what he does in the ring. I respect what he does in the ring, but I'm not respecting you when you're beating the same dude twice. And you've done that 2 and 3 times.
They were the top dudes.
When there's other competition out there.
Vlog, they were the top dudes. When he beat AJ, he was a
Twice?
top 3 guy.
They the top dudes twice. How are you the top dude twice when you've already been beaten once?
Vlog, he was a top 3 guy even after that. Even after the victory. Even after that victory, the first one. He was still top 3.
But there were other dudes. There were other dudes not getting the looks.
Like who?
We had the young boy that just lost to what's his name? People was talking about Fury. Fury was kind of avoiding him, even though they sparred a little bit. The young boy that just lost to the African boy. Damn, Anderson.
Jared Anderson.
Yeah, so he could have got an opportunity a couple years ago.
But Jared
he was
Anderson
hot.
Wasn't even
he was on a run
at that time, bro. But he wasn't top 10. He wasn't top 10 at that time, bro.
Okay. Let you tell it there is no top 10.
Hey, Ty. Vlog always does this stuff off camera, yo. I think it's a new strain of weed out there in Arizona, bro. He only pulls this off when he off camera. Because I gotta look into his eyes and see what he's smoking.
Bro, I'm being honest, bro. Your boy is not that good, bro. He is not.
He's not that good. You should give me a couple names that can beat him, bro. You can't.
I just gave you 2 names.
What was the other name?
A Gat Carriol could beat him.
You man. Listen. Send me a.
If they allow him the dirty boxing, if they allow the dirty boxing, he could beat that motherfucker.
Bro, you was bugging, bro. You was bugging. I love you, but you bugging. I love you like a big brother, man. But you bugging.
All right, man. Damn, bro, I can't get no respect for my take.
I'm not disrespecting your take. I'm not disrespecting it at all, bro.
No, I ain't say you disrespecting it, but you ain't giving it no respect because you feel so highly about over.
You're wrong.
He's not. He's accomplished, but it's like you doubling down on the accomplishment. You kind of losing a little bit of respect. It's like, come on, bro. You beat them already. You going back and beat them again, and I'm supposed to whoop-de-doo over that? No, I can't. You ain't giving no new body an opportunity. Not one new face has he gotten into that ring with.
But Vlog, the point I'm trying to make, when he fought Tyson Fury twice, there was nobody better than Tyson Fury to get the shot. When he fought AJ twice,
answer me this. Answer me this. Yes. Answer me this. Is this a fact or not a fact? Mm-hmm. Did Apollo Creed give Rocky an opportunity? Mm-hmm. Exactly. So he could be the Apollo Creed, which he is technically undisputed heavyweight champ, giving an up-and-coming dude on a nice 10-0, 12-0, 17-0, 15-0 run an opportunity at the title. Because why? All you're doing is rewashing old laundry. Give me some new pieces of laundry and put in that wash and show me your skills.
Vlog, I can't believe you just went to Apollo Creed on me, bro. That was low. That was low, bro. That was low.
I'm using
that was low.
All right, you know what? I'll say this. Kambosos did it for Devin Haney.
What you mean?
He gave Devin Haney an opportunity at undisputed.
Right, but he doubled right back, right?
Devin Haney did. Devin Haney agreed to the rematch.
Right, but hold on. He agreed to the rematch, right? Because it was in the contract, right?
Yeah.
It's in the contract. But that's different though.
The opportunity was still given by undisputed champ.
No, he was contractually obligated to do so.
The first time?
It was in the contract. Yes, it was. Yes.
So the first fight was contracted to happen off of what fight? contracted that fight to go down for undisputed.
No, that was a fight that they just agreed to. That was just a fight that they negotiated and agreed to. But the second fight was because he had to.
I'm not arguing
That's
that.
different.
I'm asking when has Usyk done that same thing?
He did
When
it with
has
Fury,
he?
and he did it with Joshua. What are you talking
How
about?
is he doing it? How is he doing it with guys that already have their own name and have already built up their own resumes to be able to say, wave and look, I deserve a shot. I'm a big body over here. I bring a fan.
They were worthy of rematches though, and he gave it to him.
I don't know how they were worthy of rematches when they lost the first fight. What fight was close that he was in that deserved a rematch outside of the situation with Dubois? And everybody knows Dubois soft is plywood. So
I mean, both of the Tyson Fury fights were good fights, and both of the AJ fights was good fights. Both of them were good fights. And he went and he did the same thing.
Tyson
and he did the
Fury
same thing with
like
Dubois.
a shell of himself. AJ is not he's a spectacle of an athlete. But he's not a real boxer.
But Vlog, the three people that you're talking about, Dubois, Tyson Fury, and AJ, when those fights happened, they were top 5 in the division when all those fights happened. That's the only point I'm trying to make, bro.
And my point is, there were other fighters that wasn't getting the opportunity. That's all my point is.
I understand that, but he's fighting a top 5 guy and he's getting a bigger bag. How can we knock him for that, though?
Because you did it twice. I'm knocking you because you did it twice.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm knocking. I'm not knocking the first time around. I'm knocking you did it twice.
But they were good fights, though.
Not in your estimation, not mine.
What wasn't a good fight?
The second Fury fight. Fury looked terrible in that second fight.
That second Fury fight was a Vlog. Stop. Ty, can you get in here, bro?
Fury looked bad coming down the end of that fight, bro. Stop it.
I'm just
all that backpedaling.
I'll say this. When he beat AJ in the rematch, we seen AJ get out of character. We don't normally see AJ get out of character. He threw his bets down. He was upset. Dubois, he definitely made a statement. There was a lot of controversy with that, that low blow. What did he do? He stopped Dubois. Dubois gets out, walked to his corner. He ain't want to smoke. And Fury, to me, Usyk clearly won the first one. He almost had Fury out of there. But what did he do? He gave him another opportunity to step back in there, and he beat him again. And like you just said, these were the biggest names at the time. These are,
Vlog
when you say Worley or whoever else,
Caballero.
Those guys are still making their way up, still making a name. And all this talk with Wilder, yeah, we know Wilder hasn't been the same in the past few years, but he was still a bigger name than Worley and whoever else.
Is he a bigger threat?
No, I don't think he's a bigger threat at this stage in his career.
That is where the term duck comes from. You just proved it for me. Thank you.
So let me ask you this, what do you see in Worley as far as IQ, as far as skill? What do you see that makes him better than Usyk?
Because I don't
what do you see?
I'm not saying he's better than Usyk. You never heard me say that. So I'm not saying he's better than Usyk. I never said that. No one in this panel or in the chat can say OG said he's better than Usyk. I never said that, bro. I said he got ducked from his opportunity.
Bet on him.
I said I would bet on him.
Yeah. So what
that mean? Okay, so hold up, bro. Jeff. So you telling me it's more value to bet on Usyk in that fight than it is to bet on the underdog, who would definitely come in at least 5-1 as an underdog.
Flo, you have to understand, you and I understand that language. There's other people listening. You can't say that without mentioning you would bet for value.
There's no other reason to bet. There's no other reason to bet.
Vlog, there's other people listening, though. They may think that you think that Worley is better than Usyk. That's what I'm saying. You got to make that clear to other people. I understand. I talk to you every day.
We wrapped it up right there.
He would bet for value.
But he asked me a question about his skills. His skills is he does a lot of the traditional things correctly, which I can see opponents like AJ do them correctly when they need to. Like when he rematched Ruiz, he correctly boxed himself to a victory, which he doesn't do in all his fights. So that doesn't make him an elite fighter. What I've seen from Wardley is he can take a punch, and he's also a traditional base. I'm going to depend on my right hand, but I'm going to set it up with this jab. It's exactly what he does and what he's done in every fight.
And when he got that knockout of the year, he was down. He was almost getting shut out in that fight too. I just want to make
it can happen. But if you got a right hand, you got something to bail you out.
Yeah, but good fighters shouldn't be getting shut out and got to depend on the right hand though.
As
good as you saying Fabio Wardley is, he shouldn't.
I'm not saying I'm not. I never said he wasn't. I never said he was the best on the planet. I never said even a good fighter can have a bad night. Floyd got his goddamn tooth knocked out.
He done had a couple bad nights, bro. He done had a couple.
But he undefeated. He done had
a couple. He
undefeated. Bro. He undefeated and just got ducked. He's an email champion. He's an email champion.
Bro,
he just got that belt emailed to him.
Nobody's ducking no Fabio Wardley. Stop it.
Okay.
Stop
well, he the WBO champ for a reason.
Stop it.
Okay.
I can name 5 dudes that'll beat Wardley right now.
So why Usyk ain't fighting him?
I don't know. It ain't because he don't think he can beat him.
Oh man, I got you on that one.
Hey, Ty, I promise you, there's nobody else on the planet that's thinking the way Vlog thinking as far as Wardley. His own promoter not even thinking. I
never heard any other hardcore fan even speak of Wardley and Usyk fighting. I haven't heard any fans speaking of that fight.
Nobody wants to see that, man. That's a 12-0 wash, bro. It's a 12-0 wash. That's why I said if that fight happens, bro, just donate to the channel, bro. Just donate.
It's not going to happen because your guy already ducked it. So it's no going to happen. He already ducked.
Who's Wardley fighting next?
Trying to find somebody. Because your boy ducked.
There's a couple guys that'll beat Wardley, right? He's not good, bro. Wardley's not a good
okay.
fighter,
I'm not talking about whether he's good or not.
Why are you defending somebody that's not that good, though? Why are you defending somebody that's not that good?
See, what you're doing is misconstruing my defense. My defending him is actually, listen to me, making your champion look like the champion that he is.
But nobody's looking at him like that but you. Nobody's looking at Usyk like that
because
but you, bro. That's the only point I'm trying to make.
So all right, so you don't see him dropping the belt to not face his mandatory #1 contender is not a duck. Then you don't see it that way.
Not for Wardley, no.
Then you don't see it that way.
It was the same thing for Bud.
But yet those stand the facts, though. But yet those stand the facts. Those stand the facts. He dropped the belt. Now Wardley's the champ.
Yes, he dropped the belt.
Because he didn't want to fight him.
He's afraid of Wardley. Nobody's afraid of Wardley. Like, come on, bro. Nobody's afraid of
I never
Wardley.
Said afraid. I just said he ducked him. I never said he was afraid.
Bro, Usyk's not afraid of him. He can't beat Usyk. Like, it got to be something else behind
So
him.
then why not fight him?
I don't know. For this conversation, I wish it does happen so he can mop him and we can get back on the stream and we can talk about it. You is bugging, bro.
He already ducked that situation that you want to happen.
Listen, and Fabio Wardley's not a good heavyweight, bro. He's not.
I hear you.
He's an average heavyweight on the run.
But he's a world champion. He's a world champion.
He's a world. Okay. Hold on. Usyk should be fighting Caballero or Wardley, but I get they aren't big popular names. Yeah. That's true.
Okay, answer me. Let me respond to that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
How can you get your name popular if you're not given your opportunity?
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. I'll give you that. And to kind of round that discussion up, I wish Usyk would fight both of them. I think he mopped the floor with both of them. I wish he would. But I ain't a part of his team, so I don't know. Said Usyk will DT3 said Usyk will stay busy. And what did they pay Daniel then? I don't know what Dubois got paid. That's a good question. I really don't know. He said Dana won't even pay Justin $1 million to fight Patty. Now I know Dana ain't paying boxers. DT3, I don't know if you've seen the pay scale for Zuffa, but it's interesting. For fighters that's not used to getting no money, that scale might look good to them. But for a fighter that's used to getting some bread, that scale's not going to look good to them at all. That scale's not going to look good to them. And the highest pay for a Zuffa fighter is not even $1 million. It's 750,000 if you're the champion. Jay Will said Zuffa is trying to sign you. Said, yeah, that's what Vlog said. DT3, looking that up now. Give me a sec. Hold on. Jay Will said, I need to report, but didn't see anything confirmed. That's what Vlog said. Vlog said they working on it. They working on it. Zuffa has Efe Ajagba, Rayo, Opataya. They are building a stable quickly. Yeah, no, they building a little.
And listen to this too, Jeff. Listen to this. They're going to do what they did in the UFC, where they're going to pay the bigger name guys based on gait and performance. That's the same thing they do with those guys like Fight of the Night, KO of the Night, that sort of stuff. So it's almost going to be equivalent to a football contract or baseball contract. You get a certain many singles, you get a certain many first downs, you get an extra. So I think that's a base scale, because across the board, it's not going to work, especially with trying to get big fights developing over there. You might get some big in-house fights where you can make some money and off of that, but it's not going to last very long. Same, because you can see what happened with PBC. They ran out of big in-house fights.
Yeah. And whenever a new company comes about, they make a bunch of big signings. I mean, when Al Heyman and all them first came out, they signed pretty much everybody. When Jay-Z tried to get into boxing and Rock Nation, they was throwing money all over the place trying to get guys. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely get it. But it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of structure this, because the way they kind of have it going right now, that's why they have that's why the Ali Act is in court right now. Like, they're trying to revise the Ali Act, because what Dana White is doing technically is against the Ali Act. Technically. That's why they're trying to get it tweaked in court. But I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, though. Let me see. DT3 said key phrase, in talks. Yep. In talks. You know what I'm saying?
But what supports my argument, though, DT, like I said, you would not have Wilder going and seeking out another fight if there wasn't something going on that was kind of, a handshake, so to speak, type of deal.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I really don't know.
But no, what supports something serious is going on is that he's not fighting Wilder.
I mean, that might be the case. That might be the case. So if he signs on with Zuffa, right? Does that leave him open to fight anybody at heavyweight? Like, Zuffa's kind of open-ended right now. Like, we really don't know the parameters of Zuffa.
He won't be fighting nobody we know. And it will not be a threat. We'll put it like that.
Right. So that's why I said, like, it goes against the Ali Act, because you have a manager and a promoter hat going on. You see what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree.
This is no different than what Al Heyman was doing. It's no different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, same shit that what's the name was trying to do. Don King started the bullshit.
Yeah. Jose Vasquez in the building, man. Yo, what's going on, man? Big shout out to you, bro. Big shout out to Almighty Monk, man. Jardé Anderson, man. He got signed on to Zuffa yesterday. So big shout out to y'all. That's a big look for y'all too. DT3 said Cabiel. Yeah, Monk. Yep. DT3 said that's defection. Terrence did the same shit. He said, all right, I need a link. Vlog, you gonna be up out of here soon, ain't you?
Yeah. I got
Yeah,
probably like
I'm
10,
gonna have to
15.
get hey DT3. I'm gonna have to get you on Sundays joint, bro, because we ain't gonna be in here long. I know you want to cook. He said, who is he ducking? That's what I said. Who said Worley got 2 behind comeback stoppages against Honey and Parker. He was behind in both of them fights. Credit to him for getting a knockout though. I'll definitely, you know what I mean? Definitely. He said Honey was schooling Worley the entire fight till the end. Yeah, he was getting shut out. He was getting shut out. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I go in boxing sometimes. Like sometimes that one shot will save you. You know what I mean?
But you don't get no credit for having that one shot, I see.
No, I literally just said that, bro. I literally just
This
said that.
the way the comment read, just
I'm not talking about the comment. I'm talking about what I just said.
I know what you just said. I'm just replying to the comment. It read as if there's no credit behind being able to come back. Is you're only looking at him for being down. Like,
Yeah, but you gotta acknowledge he was getting his ass whipped though. Your world champion shouldn't be looking like that, baby. They shouldn't be looking
man,
like that, bro.
hey,
They shouldn't be looking like that, bro. Not
I like
multiple fights.
I also like my world champion to be able to erase all of that. So
yeah, he can erase all that, but hey, I don't like my champions getting their ass whipped on
man,
multiple occasions.
Listen. When you erase all that good works with one shot, I'm gravy.
And that's the beauty of boxing.
Yes, sir. I'm a fan. I'm gravy as being a fan with that work.
Say Fabio is top 5 globally and number 1 in the WBA. Yes, he is. Just a fact check. Yep. Sounds like he said it sounds like a little hate vlog.
I mean,
hold on. I'm late on the chat. Hey, bro, I'm late on the chat. He said, "Wait, no, this nigga didn't use Apollo Creed." Yo, bro, hey, DT3, man, he lost me with that, bro. I was just like, bro, you really dug down low to win an argument, bro. Like you went to Apollo Creed. Like he said, I was done after that, bro. I was done after that, man. I went to the corner, white flag. You go to Apollo Creed in any argument, man. You got it. I don't even want no problems. He said, damn, that's low to say the former 2-time unified heavyweight champion isn't a real boxer. He said, vlog is crazy work tonight. Yeah, vlog is nasty work. Nasty work, bro. Like, yo, I want to get DT3 in here so bad, bro, but I know I'm gonna be on for like another hour, bro. And I got to skate. DT3, I promise you, I'm gonna call your phone. Like I'm gonna go on Sunday. I promise you, I'm gonna have you on here, bro. I promise you. He said, wait, you just said AG can't box, then follow saying he won by boxing. Make it make sense. Yeah, I gotta get y'all.
He can't box. He cannot box elite fighters. Obviously, he couldn't come over the top with y'all undisputed heavyweight champ. So obviously he made a mistake against a dude like Dubois, throwing that uppercut across his body, got him knocked out. So it shows he's still a novice. He still has he's just missing some of the nuances. But when I said he boxed carefully. He fought carefully, meaning he didn't put himself in danger in that second fight with Ruiz. That's part of boxing.
Hey, DT3 said you only duck fighters you're afraid of.
Not true. You don't have to be afraid to be weary of taking an L. You know what I mean? It's a fine line of saying afraid and like, yeah, it's a possible L over there. But not really scared.
Can I ask you something real quick before we get off of that?
Yeah.
When Lomachenko didn't fight Haney to unify with Teofimo, was that a duck?
No, because there is something bigger on the line.
But you just told me that Terrence Crawford ducked Boots, but he just fought for something bigger on the line with Canelo. He went undisputed.
No, I agree with you with that. But technically it's kind of ducked.
I just hit you with a gut shot with that, bro. Hey, Ty, you heard me, bro?
It's a technical duck. It's a technical duck. Technically.
I just hit him with an Apollo Creed shot. Yo, I love vlog, yo. Blaze Philly 215, man. Big shout out to my dog, Blaze Philly 215, man. Doing it real big, man. Big shout out to you, bro. DC3, he said, "Oh, Jesus, take the wheel." Yo, we've been cooking for 45 minutes and I didn't get nowhere near the topic, bro. Nowhere near the topic, bro. I'm gonna go through this real quick, bro. So we got Rayo Valenzuela. He's gonna be fighting on February 1st on Zuffa. Actually, that card shouldn't be bad. Because I think Alexander Volzdik is gonna be on that card too. He's gonna be fighting Vlog. He be fighting Hot Rod. He could be fighting Hot Rod on that card.
Oh, that's a nice little squabble,
that's a
right
nice
there.
Little, yeah, that's a nice little scrap. Yeah, that's a nice little scrap right there. So that fight card on February 1st is pretty good. And Zuffa's fighting tomorrow. They're going to be fighting tomorrow. Colin Walsh and Carlos Ocampo is the main event. And they got some undercard fights going on. So I'm be interested to see what the viewership is going to be for that. I really want to see if the MMA fans are going to actually give boxing a shot and actually watch it. So I'm kind of curious about that as well. And also, like, real quick, just to get into what we came here to do before we roll up out of here. The Raymond Muratalla and Andy Cruz fight that's going down this Saturday at the Fountain Blue in Las Vegas. Vlog and I was talking about this on the last show, but this is a really, really good fight. Todd, who do you think wins between Andy Cruz and Muratalla? Think Andy Cruz can pull it off?
It's tricky for me, man. Like Muratalla, he's a champion. Cruz, the only thing I know, this is a big moment for him. You know, as a pro, he doesn't have many fights, so I know he knows what's at stake. So I know he's going to come on his A game. He's going to take advantage of this opportunity. But I'm just real concerned with the experience. But I mean, I know he's going to make the best of it. But what's his amateur pedigree like? That's what I don't know.
Well, you talking about Andy Cruz or Muratalla?
Andy Cruz.
Andy Cruz is one of the best amateurs to ever do it.
So if he's got plenty of amateur experience, I'm sure he's got a lot to bring into this fight. But like I said, as a pro, he doesn't have too many fights under his belt. So this is for a championship, right? So yeah. Like I said, I know him and his team they're gonna have an awesome game plan. So may the best man win.
DT3 the Boom, man. He said, y'all be smooth. Gotta go pick moms up from work. See y'all Sunday. Yo, big shout out to DT3 the Boom, man. You will have a link waiting for you on Sunday, bro. For sure. Big shout out to DT3 the Boom, man. Vlog, like I said, we touched on this on the last show, but another 2 days to really think about it. What are you thinking about Muratalla and Andy Cruz?
Man, it's a 50-50 fight. I don't agree with the numbers, first of all. You know what I mean? I don't. Amateur pedigree is all cool and everything, but this grown man business over here, man. We ain't got no design spot on the glove. You know, it's a lot of things that you can do in the pros that you can't take advantage of as an amateur, and he might not be bringing that luggage to on this trip. You know what I mean? If you lacking in a few spots that you haven't had time to develop as a pro before such a stage as this, we might not be able to see it from him just yet. So I think it's a 50-50 fight just based on, like T said, man, just the experience ain't there yet.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. Of course, I'm gonna do a breakdown, a prediction video, but I got Cruz winning the fight. I think it's gonna be a tight decision. 7-5 type fight. You could probably argue a draw in the situation, but I do think Cruz is going to win on the cards, and we might possibly be looking at a rematch with this fight. But I agree with you, Vlog. This is really a 50-50 fight. There's a lot of people that don't think it's a 50-50 fight, but the thing with Muratalla, like you have to give him credit for the work that he's put in throughout his career. He's had some ups and downs. He's been knocked down a couple times, and he always. The thing I like about Muratalla is you never see him with his hands in his pocket. He never has his hands in his pocket. Like he's gonna throw, even when he got to try to figure something out. He's gonna throw. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I like about Muratalla. Of course, that leaves him open for shots, but the experience in Andy Cruz, the lack of experience, with Andy Cruz is gonna benefit Muratalla. You would think it would benefit him later rounds. So, it's gonna be interesting to see how it play out. But I like Cruz by like tight decision. Like I think Cruz is gonna bring his A game, and I'm thinking like 7-5 Cruz, possibly 8-4 if he's really sharp. But that's going to be a really tight fight. And it can go the other way too. Let me make that clear. It can go the other way too. It can really go the other way. That's a really, really good championship fight, man. And this is how we like our championship fights. Just to piggyback off of what Vlog said earlier, man. We like championship fights. We like the best going against the best. Just as boxing fans and just hardcore fans, like we don't want to see no email championships. We don't want to see belts getting faxed to the champion. Like we don't want to see that. Like we want to see guys getting in the ring, get it on, and see who's the best. Jay Will said Andy Cruz is 30, Muratalla is 29. Cruz has to go, no time to wait around. Yeah, Cruz gonna have to, he's going to have to be aggressive in this fight, man. Like, but he's been aggressive recently. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you think his association with the Ennis family will hurt him in the judges' eyes? Because there's a lot of hate going around the industry as far as just them, period. You know what I mean? Their name always coming up in some just disparaging type of way.
Well, I don't think so because he doesn't have an issue with the sanctioning bodies. Ennis has always done right by the sanctioning bodies, and
this is the IBF, so yeah, I get you. And
Yeah,
they usually they one of the squarest ones, so I can take it back of that.
Yeah, I think they've done right by they've never pulled no funny stuff as far as the sanctioning bodies. You've never heard them complain about referees, judges, or anything. I mean, he rarely ever sees a judge's decision, but I think the hate for Boots in it's more so like some of the fans and like some of the Crawford fans and Virgil Ortiz fans. I don't think it's within the sanctioning bodies. I think everything will be fine. But yeah, it's a really tight fight. We also got Khalil Cole and Jesse Hart. They doing their promotional rounds right now. And
you know what I like about them too right now? It seemed like it's a lot of friction, but I like the composure that they're keeping. They not crossing the line as far as like, you know what I mean, kind of overstepping with the wordplay or any physical type of gesture. They were able to meet face to face, say they spills to each other and keep everything like, yo, it's gonna be fight night, all this gonna be answered. I like that. That's how you supposed to develop and promote a bout, like not the nonsense that kind of happens with the TOs and the Garcias and all of them. We don't need that to show me what you could do in the ring. That's just goofy shit that entertains the sheep. We not the sheep, baby. Let's talk boxing.
No, I agree with that. And Jesse Hart is one of the better interviews you're going to get if you're in that space where you're interviewing fighters. He's one of the better interviews you can get in the sport of boxing. So he gets it. He understands how to promote, how to talk, and how to conduct himself during these, during these times before a fight. And I feel like Khalil Cole is doing a good job as well. It is some tension between them two because there were some iffy questions going on as far as Khalil Cole and why he bailed out of the initial fight.
Right. Yeah, I know it's supposed to
I'm
have been a
not.
hand injury. Yeah, they talked about that, but that's what
Yeah,
makes the little bit of chippiness about it. You know what I mean? So
correct. Yeah, I understand, and I agree. Both. There's a little chippiness to it. Definitely because there's some. There was some stuff going around about Khalil Cole before that first fight fell through, and there's some stuff going on in regards to Khalil Cole now that I'm not gonna really get into, but it makes the fight intriguing, a little more intriguing than your usual like up and coming young buck versus the OG that's been in the game for a minute. You know what I'm saying? This one got a little more intrigue, but I listen. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm putting a couple dollars on Hart, man. I'm putting. I can't turn down plus 475, 500. I just can't. I'm gonna put some beer money on him. I'm gonna put a 6-pack of beer money on him and see if my man can roll through.
you ain't gonna like mine then. You not gonna like mine.
Hey, bro. So you're not gonna put no money on Jesse Hart?
I'm actually going against you, Brody. I
You're gonna
think
put
Cole
money.
can,
You're gonna
I
put.
think Cole I think Cole can get the stoppage. I look for value.
You're
Obviously,
bet.
Cole costs
You're
too
betting
much.
on Cole. Ooh. Okay.
What I'm anticipating, I haven't seen it
What's the
yet, but
numbers on that?
I
What's the
haven't
Hey,
numbers
let me
on
seen
that?
it
ask you
yet.
this. Uh,
Yeah, go ahead, T.
Jesse Hart, has he been fighting on Team Combat League?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. So I know Team Combat League is like one round though.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
they have a whole different setup. It's good for him though because he is an older age, like he's like mid-30s. So that's good for him to do, just to kind of go through the process of thinking your way through a fight. The format's different, but he hasn't been in the actual like sanctioned fight since like 24.
yeah, that's what I'm
And
saying. I know.
that's
So
the
that's
thing.
that's yeah, some little inactivity on
Yeah.
his side.
So
Cole
yeah,
got
but
just a little inactivity too, but I know he
yeah,
fought like once last year. But yeah, Hart got a little activity though. So
yeah.
that's my only concern.
So depending on what the number is, and I'm talking strictly value, if we're talking cold stoppage, like if I can get that at like what you thinking? What you thinking, Vlog? What you
So
thinking at?
stoppage. I was thinking plus 125 or at worst minus 110. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know what it is. Usually with fights like that, you're gonna get a lot of the side bet numbers that day. Like they don't usually put them out too early.
Yeah, yeah. Uh Willin 1000, big shout out to you, bro. You was in the last show too, man. Big shout out to you. You said salute, fellas. Just getting here. Would you favor Cruz over Mason and Kid Austin? I don't like Cruz against Mason. I do like Cruz against Kid Austin though. Like
Damn.
I don't think, but I'm gonna tell you why though. And that's a good question too.
Yeah.
The reason I don't like the Kid Austin fight for Kid Austin is because Cruz is like light years ahead of him boxing wise. Like as a technical boxer, he's light years ahead of him. And Kid Austin is a guy that he looks like he can knock over a building, but he kind of got that Sean Porter, Tim Bradley thing going on where he looks stronger than what he actually is. I think Cruz will box circles around Kid Austin, but I think Mason is the perfect combination of boxing and fighting. And I feel like Mason would get the better of Cruz. And then I think he's physically stronger than Cruz as well. So I think Cruz would lose to Mason. I think it would be Kid Austin. Hey, Legend, what you think about that? You think Cruz can beat Abdullah Mason or Kid Austin?
Yeah, I think I agree with you as far as Austin, because like you said, Austin just reminds me of Porter, and I think like when he's coming in, Cruz is just going to be catching him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just going to be catching them, countering. So yeah, I think he'll box. I think he'll box Kid Austin like to a decision. But yeah, Mason, I think Mason's like he's more developed. Like he's got a lot of experience. He's world champion now. But
Yeah.
like I said, Cruz got his opportunity to do it Saturday, become champion as well. So But
Yes,
yeah, I don't have him over Mason, but I got him over. Yeah, I got him over Austin for sure about the decision. And that's the last one's at the bar right there, man. So salute to him, man.
Oh, that's last ones at the bar. What's going on,
Yes,
bro?
sir. Yes, sir.
That's family right there for sure. I just ain't noticed the name. Hey, vlog, what you feel about that? You feel like Cruz can beat Mason or Kid Austin?
I 50-50 with Mason because Mason is not as tight defensively. For me, I think Austin got a better opportunity. I would say more 55-45 Austin over Cruz because he's stronger than dude. Dude a grown man, but he ain't showing grown man strength in the boxing ring to me in his first 6-7 fights. He's got a few knockouts, but he hasn't pushed anybody back physically. He hasn't shown physical dominance in the ring. He's shown great boxing skills and some power.
Okay.
But I mean, boxing skills is being punch accurate, showing speed. He hasn't truly boxed. He's never been light on his feet, pulling the circles, throwing the jab. He does not fight like that. He fights on the front foot. So if you come in at a young boy with that sort of style, you could find yourself in danger when you don't put out the punch output that a Kid Austin puts out. You could probably be out punched and lose the fight. So I think I give Kid Austin, just based on his volume, a little bit more opportunity, and I slight Mason because defensively he's shown some open windows. So you know what I mean. You get a guy like that can sling some singles the way that Cruz can. It could be a short night for Mason.
I respect that opinion, man. I could see other people thinking that way as well. I definitely respect that opinion. For sure.
No, you gotta clip that one. You gotta clip that one. That was great takes by all of us.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely clip that one up. That was a great question too. Great question.
Yeah. Shout out to him.
Yeah, last one's at the bar. He said appreciate the boxing dialogue on the Thursday night. Cole is gonna smoke hard like them good old turkey wings. Hey man, that might happen, bro. That might happen, man. For sure. Jay Will said Madrimov is on the undercard as well. Yeah, Madrimov is on the undercard, and I mean, if Madrimov wins this Saturday, we have to start looking at guys that Boots can fight that's not named Virgil Ortiz. We're gonna have to start looking at that because Virgil Ortiz is in a legal battle right now, and that I think that's gonna get dicey. I think it's really
so.
Get
answer
dicey.
me a question. Mm-hmm. You got the champ. You got the German, the African German boy, and you got Xander coming up. Mm-hmm. You don't think they can make something happen by September? That'll give Boots what, a little bit more than a year off, or a little less, or about a year off. I like that.
Yeah, I think
for the unified.
Yeah, I think him and Xander Zayas would be a great fight. I think that'd be a great fight.
I mean, there's no guarantee that Xander gonna win that fight. That African boy is supposed to be injury free. He 18-1. He's so on the power, but he's strong. So I don't think that's just no easy out for Xander. So I wouldn't. You know what I mean? To me, just on paper, from my little bit of homework I done, I ain't deep dived into the boy yet. I gotta watch every fight. But it don't look like an easy out because he does bring volume. He kind of reminds me of a Mabili a little bit.
I don't see it going past 7.
Oh, you think he getting slept?
I think Xander getting him up out of there.
I don't see that. I mean, yeah, he fighting a lot of cupcakes. This ain't no cupcake.
I've watched a couple fights of his. Nothing jumps off the screen when I watch him. Nothing really jumps off the screen. And he's kind of just average across the board. Like nothing really jumps out at me.
You talking about a boss?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, I only seen 2 of his fights too. I didn't see the whole.
I seen like 4. I seen 4. But
I think
nothing really jumps up. Yeah, he's durable. But
that's the one thing. Xander is.
Xander Zayas is a pretty good fighter.
He aight. He aight. He all right, bro. Yeah, man.
He's a fighter.
You talking about a dude getting cupcakes delivered to his front door? That's one of them.
Hey, well,
They
the
use the
thing
word
is,
overrated a lot in boxing. Him, the Jaime Munguia type of dudes. It is some overrated words that can be applied to some other fighters outside of Boots.
but I don't think anybody's overrating Xander Zayas. I think everybody pretty much says the same thing. Either they want to see him in a bigger fight, or they just feel like he's a good fighter. I don't think anybody's saying he's great. Like Xander Zayas is not a great fighter. Like he's solid. He's a good fighter. He's a good, solid B. He's a B fighter. He's a champion. He's a champion. I like Xander Zayas. He's cool. He's cool.
Okay.
Angry Mexican 999. Big shout out to you. I love the thumbnail as well. Turkey was willing to make the Boots Virgil fight. However, Boots said he wanted 2 to 3 tune-ups. Turkey said, I want you to fight Virgil first. Fight at 154. Boots said no, but I can do Lima. Turkey said, I'm out. I'm gonna read this next one too, and then I know Vlog, I know you probably gonna want to get at that. He says, so Boots should take 60-40 now. Turkey isn't involved anymore. If he is so confident beating Virgil, take the fight and become a legit A-side in negotiations. Vlog, you want to go on that, or Todd?
You
I definitely
cannot. There is no way in the world when you have a dude that is a international champion, had 3 straight interim fights for a world title. You talking about him taking 60-40 from a dude that unified, moved up in weight, grabbed his own interim belt? Stop, bro. That don't make no sense. And his own people didn't want him to take the fight. He didn't want to take the fight. I agree. For principle and for the fact that I'm going to take it out on him, I would take the 60-40. I just don't, just so I could go in there and put feet to belt to ass. I would do that. But this is business, you know what I mean? So I get them not doing it. But just on some principle, I probably would take the 60-40 and tell all 3 of them to get in the ring. All y'all put y'all gloves on. He'll beat the brakes off of all 3 of them. The manager, the transsexual looking dude, what's his name? De La Hula.
Why you saying he look like a transsexual? Hey, bro. You've been on one tonight, bro.
Man, the guy, I'm sick of them dudes, bro. I'm sick of them dudes. And he do be up there looking funny in the face, bro. Picking his eyebrows and snorting cocaine off his fingertips and all that weirdo stuff. Get up out of here with that, man.
Hey, Ty, what you think about the whole Virgil Ortiz Boots thing?
All right, so I know a lot of people were disappointed that Boots fought Lima. I'm cool with it in a sense because this is his first fight at 154. You got to test the waters, and this was his hometown game, not the guy out in the first round. But what did Boots do? He was in Virgil's backyard, got in the ring after his fight, face to face, traded words, did a stare down. So he showed that he was willing to make it happen. Then after that, you got Virgil, beating around the bush. You got Oscar De La Hoya beating around the bush. So to me, it looks like they don't want to fight. So
yeah. So I want to read Angry Man's comment. Angry Mexican 999's comment again. He says, so Boots should take 60-40 now. Turkey isn't involved anymore. If he is so confident beating Virgil, take the fight and become a legit A-side in negotiations. Now, I'm going to comment off that. Vlog, watch this. Virgil Ortiz is not A-side in any negotiation right now. Virgil Ortiz is not even A-side within his own promotional company. As far as I'm concerned, he don't have no promotional company right now. He's an interim champion with no promotional company. And if you want to bring up Golden Boy, and this is all facts, stop me when I'm not speaking the truth. Golden Boy's contract with the Zone ran out December 31st, 2025. Golden Boy has not renewed that contract yet. That's just a fact. If Virgil Ortiz is not involved, why would the zone even take on Golden Boy? Why would they even renew if Virgil Ortiz is a top 2, top 3 fighter with Golden Boy? Like, you have to answer that question. Okay. And on top of that, Virgil Ortiz, other options, and I'm talking from Oscar perspective. He brought up Fundora. Like Vlog said, he's been the interim champion. They have not called the sanctioning body one time to force that fight with Fundora. And Earl Spence has not been in the ring for 3 years.
Man, Earl Spence is out here looking like a Jamaican pastor.
What? Yo, oh my goodness. But that's the thing though, like, what has Virgil Ortiz done to get 60%? And on top of that, they went to the DAZN offices and they agreed on 50-50. And whoever wins is going to get 55%. They all agreed on that. So Oscar De La Hoya is doing a lot of double talking, because I'm like, you're talking all of this, you have all of these options when you don't even have a contract with the network. You don't even have a contract with the network.
And look, this is where people really slipping. He's going to get out of this contract. He's probably going to end up. I at first thought Zuffa until I found out they pay scale. So I'll fall back on that initial assumption. He's going to sign with Canelo Promotions, and he's going to be on that September card.
I heard that. Now I did read that though. I did read that, and I can see that happening too. I can definitely see that happening. Yeah, for sure. Angry.
The lawyer beat him the first time. He not gonna want to at least be compensated for taking the L. You know what I mean?
So that's gonna be Oscar's surrounded. But let me. So that's funny. He said Philly kind of down bad at the moment, respectfully. I mean, Cool Boy Steph really the only one that had us looking real terrible out here in these streets. He had us looking bad out here in these streets.
But hold up. You can't look at when you got Boots. Nothing else matters. Nobody else worry about who else from the city doing what they do. Y'all do what y'all do, man. All the energy, all the concentration is on Neo, the one. That is the one. Don't you understand this, young man? Come on, bro.
Jay Will laughing. The thing that's crazy though, Angry Mexican, is Oscar is stuck, right? So if he wants a distribution deal with DAZN, I'm pretty sure DAZN's not going to give him a deal unless they get Virgil Ortiz and Boots Ennis right out the gate. So until that happens, he's probably not going to get his distribution deal. Then if he can't get the distribution deal, then Virgil Ortiz can get out of the contract. He's stuck.
He's not fulfilling his end.
He's not fulfilling his end. And on top of that, he's beefing with the actual manager. Oscar's the one that don't have no leverage. How the person with no leverage is saying that his guy deserves 60-40 when he don't even have his guy? He don't even have him. He don't have him.
Yeah. I ain't never heard nobody being in all the international type. This dude have more 12-round fights that don't matter than anybody in the history of boxing. I'm trying to tell you, bro. It is ridiculous how many fights that he has that really don't matter when it comes to his legacy. He's beating dudes that's already been beat.
Yeah, because the thing that's crazy is like Boots got all this criticism for the Lima fight, but then Virgil Ortiz fought Lubin and won in the second round. The only difference between the two is Lubin had a bigger name, but Lubin was probably the more shot fighter.
Exactly.
At least, the more shot fighter.
At least, dude, we can say he coming off some knockouts. We don't know who he knocked out, but he did knock him out. So, and he was willing to sign a contract. Who else was willing to sign a contract?
And it was similar. It was similar. Like those fights were similar with Boots and Lima and Virgil Ortiz and Erickson Lubin. Like they were similar fights. The only difference is Lubin had the bigger name. But people were saying Lubin was a shot fighter before the fight even happened. Before the fight even happened. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, they're trying to portray this picture like Virgil Ortiz has all the leverage when he really doesn't. Oscar De La Hoya don't have no leverage because they don't have no network deal. Boots is the one with the leverage because he's the one that got the contract with Eddie Hearn and DAZN. He's the one that's good with DAZN, not Oscar De La
Bro,
Hoya and Virgil Ortiz.
your guy ran to the back and called out a dude that hadn't been in the ring in over 3 years. Is that really what you want for a champion?
Hey, Vlog, can I throw something else in there too, bro?
Yeah.
When have you ever heard Spence mention Virgil Ortiz's name?
Never.
Ty, am I tripping? Ty, am I tripping?
No,
when have you heard Spence mention Virgil Ortiz's name?
Spence been quiet, man. Spence been quiet anyway.
I told y'all, y'all check.
He was at the Lubin and Virgil fight, I believe. But
yes,
but Spence been quiet though. Spence been quiet.
Listen, like Spence probably takes a vacation every 3 weeks. He got a mean.
That's what I was going to say.
He got a mean ass. Yeah, he got a mean ass tan right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
got the braids now.
Got the braids now. He look like he's selling them keys for the Lola. You know what I'm saying? He doing it right now. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying though. Like, Spence doesn't mention anyone. He doesn't mention anyone. So I'm like, why are you trying to use Spence's name as leverage? Like, I respect Charlo. At least Charlo came out and said, send me the contract. But I know Charlo capping. Like, there's a video of him saying he told Eddie Hearn he want 10 M's. He want 10 M's for that fight. But then he said, who's Boots? He said, who's Boots? But he want 10 M's for somebody that's unknown. I'm like, you're not even being realistic. You're not being realistic.
He know that's another dude. No, he probably gonna get smoked, and he wants the compensation. That's all both of these situations boil down to. I'm subject to get smoked. It's leaning that I'm gonna get smoked. It's not nowhere in the world. Neither one of them dudes is coming into that fight and nothing over 15% opportunity at victory. Nothing. And that's being generous.
Yeah,
that is being generous.
And to be honest with you, if this is what I would do if I'm Boots. If they that pressed, right? And Virgil and Oscar De La Hoya says, you know what? 55-45. And if you win the fight, it'll be even money 50-50. I would take that if I'm Boots, because you know you're going to smoke him. You know you're going to smoke him. If they said 55-45 and the winner gets an extra 5%, then it's basically 50-50. If I'm Boots, I'm taking that because I would smoke him. I'm smoking Virgil Ortiz. And that's no disrespect to him because I think Virgil Ortiz is a good fighter. It's just I think Boots is a couple levels above him.
Boots is the pinnacle. Ain't no levels above. Ain't nobody in boxing better than Boots. There is not no dude in boxing does what this man can do in that ring. Not Shakur, not Devin, not none of these dudes. And big shout out to all of them dudes on the top 10 and all of that. But Boots ain't on there because it's just general hate. It's reminding me of the hate that Floyd got and the hate that Ali got and a bunch of other historical fighters that got for absolutely no reason whatsoever. But if you judge what they do in the ring, you got to salute them. It's just like they find all these other things. Well, he ain't fought nobody. Does that say he can't do what he do in the ring to whoever he's fighting? No, stop.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's a lot of ducking and frauding going on. I was on Zab Judah's stream on TikTok last night, and they had Jared Hurd on there, and one of the guys on the show asked Jared Hurd. He said, "Yo, you can't beat Boots like prime Jared Hurd. You can't beat Boots." Jared Hurd, he literally said, "Hell no." He said, "Hell no, I can't beat no Boots." He was like, "Boots is it." He was like, "I can't beat Boots." He's like, "Is you crazy?" Like, so it's just like, if Boots is an unknown, right, and he ain't fought nobody, then tell your favorite fighter to go get a contract. Like it's really that simple. Like it's really that simple.
But they not.
I know
They not. And they never have.
I know they not.
Not the Thurmans, not the Porters, not none of these dudes.
I think the only ones that really fight him, I think Fundora will fight him. I think Fundora will fight him. Al Heyman won't let it happen, but I think Fundora will fight him. I think Fundora will fight him.
Oh, especially now that he got a streaming spot, he is definitely not feeding food to the big shark in the sea right now.
Man, he's starving them dudes out, bro. Because when you feed,
he letting his lower tier dudes go. He let the little Italian boy from Jersey go, or upstate New York, or wherever.
Vito Milnicki.
He let him go, and I think he let somebody else go here recently too. But they was like them undercard type of, type of guys.
And I said, and Josh Kelly gonna be in the title fight at 154 next month too.
Man, that's gonna be a good that's gonna be trouble for Kelly.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If Kelly can't take the punch, then Kelly not gonna last 3 rounds. But if Kelly can take that shot, he has a pretty good chance of winning that fight.
You think he's still at that boxing level from 3 years ago? His movement has been trash.
Yeah, but I still think he's the better pure boxer. But Champ's power is crazy though. Champ power is crazy. It's his
and
power.
The durability. That's that.
And on top of that, is Vada on that? Vada doing some testing on that?
That's interesting. I would think so. I wouldn't think Kelly and them would put themselves in that position.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Because you can look at him and tell he don't do nothing.
Yeah, one of them. That's one of them fights. That fight is really, really simple. If Kelly can consistently take that shot, Kelly.
You know what that fight reminds me of?
Please don't say what I'm thinking. Go ahead.
It reminds me of Kovalev and SOG.
I wasn't.
But in reverse. In reverse. SOG is obviously I don't want to mess his name up. How you say his name, Jeff?
Who, sir?
The Russian boy.
Kovalev.
No, the Russian boy that's fighting Kelly.
Don't get me.
What's his name?
You talking about Muratalla?
Yeah, him. I gotta shorten his name up. I get him like I did better be. My man better be. Yeah, so and he coming back too. I think he on the Zuffa card too. He coming back. The boy that fought Stan Jonas, and he beat our boy from Minneapolis. Batayev. Yeah, he on the Zuffa joint too, I think.
Yeah, he is on the February 1st one. Yeah.
So that's a good look for him too. But yeah, it's that reminds me of that, because remember how Kovalev was doing that boxing and he was kind of having to play the outside and he ran out of gas. I'm anticipating the same thing for Kelly, that them legs is gonna give out on him.
I can see that happening too. That's a good assessment. I can see that happening too. Kelly's not the same fighter from a couple years ago. I definitely concede to that. But that's
and he ain't never had the best shoulder roll, Philly Shell. He's always mimicked it and had it in, applied it, but he ain't never had a top tier. His more middle of the pile. Yeah,
I'm kind of curious. What I was gonna say, because the Ward and Kovalev was a good example. I was actually gonna go Dalton Smith for Subriel Matias. Just going into that fight, I was just like, of course, this different scenario because of the space juice and all that. And I was just like, I don't think Subriel Matias is going to be able to get to Dalton Smith, power wise. I was like, I don't think he's going to be putting anything on him that's going to make him like super nervous. And I was like, that's all he got. Some guys are just power guys. And I'm like, you have a situation like that. So I'm like, do I think Kelly's going to pull it off? No. Like, I don't think he's going to pull it off. Like, but I still think it's gonna be a good fight though. I still think it's gonna be a really, really good fight. But fellas, we gonna get up out of here, man.
Yeah, man. I'm
Hour
past my limit.
25 strong. Hour 25 strong, man. This was a good show. Legend, give him your social media and all that, man. I appreciate you stopping through, man, for sure.
Yeah, man. Facebook, Todd Finney podcast in his corner. Find me on IG, the Legend 3347. I'm gonna try to be in the building for the Jetta card next month. A lot of guys on there I interview. I'm gonna try to work on some more. And I definitely want to see the guy Scooter Davis, man. I think he's gonna go far with his career. He's got a solid team. He signed with Top Rank, so I'm looking forward to seeing him, get back in action.
Yeah, big shout out to Scooter Davis, man. Big shout out to the Jetta Promotions as well, man. Doing big things over there, man. Got a card next month. Big shout out to Todd Finney, the legend, man. Everybody favorite OG, Boxing First Vlog, man. Giving you social media, man. Let them know what's going on with you.
Man, I'm on the gram. I'm on Threads. Boxing. Use the number 1 STVOLG. Check me out, man. I'm breaking fights down. I'm just promoting news and information out, and just I'm in the mix, man. So give it a tap in.
For sure. And I'm all over the place, man. Everything G5F TV. If you did not notice, the show was streaming on Ty Finney's channel and on Boxing First Vlogs channel as well. I got to tweak some things, but we will be back on Sunday.
Recap.
Do a show. Yeah, we got to do a recap show. Your boy off work on Sunday, and this is going to be a pound of snow outside, so I ain't going nowhere. So we'll definitely be on Sunday to do a recap of all the fights. The Zuffa card, the Cruz Muratalla card. We're gonna do a whole bunch of reviews. We're gonna get DT3 the Boom Man on there. He was screaming to get on the show tonight. So we're gonna give him that opportunity on Sunday. So it's gonna be a good one. Actually, you know what? Shane will probably be on that show too, because we'll probably do it around like noon like Eastern time. So noon, like 12:30. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully Shane will be on as well, man. So on behalf of In This Corner Boxing, man, Ty Finney the legend, everybody favorite OG, Boxing First Vlog, and your boy G5F TV, man. This was episode 13 of Throw the Hook podcast, man. We will see y'all Sunday. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Hey.
Peace.